10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Team Liquid's turn to ban. Complexity's turn to ban. Team Liquid's turn to pick. Complexity's turn to pick.
Welcome back, guys, to the second series of the night, Complexity against Liquid, and this is the end of the road for Group B. Liquid, they need to 2-0 here to get automatic qualification for the LAN final. If they 1-1 draw with Complexity, that puts them in a three-way tie. Vega, coL are both at 6 and 4, and a 1-1 here will put Liquid on that score exactly themselves. So this is important for Liquid. To 2-0 here will get them that automatic qualification. You always want to be in that kind of spot. Don't want to play more games than you have to. But Complexity, over the past 2 weeks or so, we've seen that they've definitely been playing for that pride, that honor. They've been taking games off people. They've been making people work for it, like we saw them against coL the other day. But I'm not alone tonight. My co-caster Clairvoyant is here. And what do you expect from this new shiny Complexity?
5 seconds remaining. Team Liquid's turn to ban. Complexity's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Team Liquid, they had a 1-1 draw just previous to this series against Arcade. And honestly, game number 1, they could have lost it. Arcade could have 2-0'd them in that series. It was pretty close. So,
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, when we've seen them recently, they've been pretty good at closing out series, but I think their weakest point is that second game, which obviously isn't great for you in two-game series. They come out strong in game number 1, game number 2 they let slip a little bit. Game 3 they usually come and they show their strongest game. But a lot of their strength is these sort of unusual warding spots that people can't counter out. The movement of their supports, Jirax and KuroKy playing aggressively, but also farming and getting items on them is one of the key components of their team kind of composition. And if they can't do that, if their laning phase goes poorly, it seems difficult. It seems almost that they have difficulties sort of catching up or coming back from a deficit. They do like to snowball heavily early on, get early leads, and take control of the enemy jungle. When they first set up this team, one of the greatest things they ever did was that ward that's in the Radiant side jungle, if they're playing Dire, that's just offset from like the tier 2 at bottom lane. And they'd use that constantly. Farm enemy jungle, make sure that they see where people are rotating into, and just try and take the map from there. But draft, we're progressing through pretty nicely. Doom SF, Quap and Wisp all banned out. But the pickups here from Complexity, aggression, 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 while Team Liquid have some team fight.
Winter Wyvern. Complexity's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yeah, for sure. Now, the AA Juggernaut both taken out there, and Liquid actually banning out the Lina themselves. What are we going to be seeing for Chessie towards the mid? Wind Ranger is still out there. The combo with Slardar, Amp plus Focus Fire could be the potential they want. They could go for even more magic damage and teamfight power if they want the... I guess they can't have the Queen of Pain here, but we could look for other roads for Chessie to go down. The Alchemist we saw him play the other day was the hero that gave them that stomping game against 4CNL. Well, was it you I was casting with that one? I can't remember now. Where 4CNL against Complexity, and they had, like, there was 23-3 or something, and Chessie's out. They did level 1 Roshan. That was Ryu.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Razor.
Complexity's turn to ban.
Yeah, they can do nicely here. Yeah, it was Ryu I was casting with, but Complexity did a level 1 Roshan with, like, Lich Frost Armor. Yeah, they got level 1 Roshan, they got a Bounty Rune, Alchemist started with Stout Shield Quelling and 900 gold. It was honestly insane. And they just snowballed completely. Like, the game ended 30-5 or something like that. Yeah.
Reserve time.
Yep.
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
Yeah, they had Cold Embrace to keep someone healed up and just tank up Roshan. They had Acid Spray and Frost Armor as well to slow down Rosh. It was pretty cool. Yeah, 4CNL, they didn't see it coming, honestly. They had no idea. And then, because they went Roshan, they were dire side, they just went straight into bottom rune spot and took the bounty for the Alchemist. And he went for, what was it? Phase Boots Blink. And he just blinked around with max concoction, max stun.
Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Complexity, final pick, still thinking about it. And Team Liquid, what we're looking at. So Darkseer off lane, Jirax Tusk, and Winter Wyvern for Kuroki, Fata, Razor mid, so it's going to be a Matumbaman hero most likely for the safe lane. And what do you look for? With a Wind Ranger, you know, the natural synergy there between herself and Slardar. They've got the additional lockdown from Shackle Shot. And also, it can go toe-to-toe with Razor. You know, Alchemist maybe suffers a little bit against that Razor. The static link's annoying, and Winter Wyvern will always come in with an Arctic Burn to slow down your initial laning phase. But one-role hero for Matu. You know, there's Ember Spirit still out there, but it feels like they're a little bit greedy on their cores already.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I'm just going to throw Viper out there. Viper and Razor on the same team. It's... Yeah, I guess so. Oh yeah. Necro's a good shout. That's something Matu has definitely been playing from time to time. Wraith King is out there, but not really one of his heroes, I don't feel.
Ember Spirit.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see how he does. I mean, this is the hero I was looking at when you think about hero pools for Matumbaman. Wind Ranger safe lane, Gyro, Ember Spirit, and maybe the Huskar, but against Slardar Wind Ranger, you're never going to pick Huskar into that, honestly. Not in a million years.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah, I forgot to remind you again. In-game DotaTV open mic has to be on here. Thanks. Yeah, I'm in the big one. We still haven't got that because we're meant to have 2 people in house, but with all the LAN events and things that the boys have been going to, it's been me using co-casters a lot. So
the majors.
It's all set up to be me plus Blitz, Cap plus Toby, things like that. But the boys go traveling a lot, leaving me here. But I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I've got people to help me. But yeah, game number 1, 2-game series, and I'll just reiterate what I was saying before the game kicked off. This is pretty important for Liquid. They've not been really qualifying for any great big lands. They did okay at Nanyang, but not going to the major and stuff like that. Going to the defense land finals will be pretty important for them. And this series, if they 2-0 complexity here, they get automatic qualification. They go top spot, and they're in. If they 1-1 against complexity, there's a 3-way tie between themselves, Vega Squadron, and 4CNL. So they'll have some tiebreakers, a little mini playoff there. But if they get 2-0'd by complexity, that's it. The dream's over. And from the defense, top team from each group goes through. Second place teams play against each other for the 3rd slot. And a little playoff themselves. It looks like Liquid, they're grouping up here for bottom rune, but look at this wraparound. Complexity they've smoked, and they've got a pretty good level 1 lineup to go into Matu. He spotted them out here. He's running himself across to the west, and he might just be okay unless Vlad, with his brown boots, is going to catch up with telekinesis. Matu turns back around, but the ice shards are there. Blocks Swindle on the wrong side, and with the ion shell, maybe they can bring down the Slardar. The crush is here. Durex is telekinesis back into his teammates. 4-man stun, but with the chains, Matuman is going to get him with a couple of swipes, and Kuroki should be able to secure that with the help of Mind Control. And now the turn back around as Mind Control's in the midst of things with the ion shell up. They're just shredding complexity here, even with the stuns and level 1 damage they've got. They're just getting controlled by the ice shards. 2 down, Mind Control drops for a 2-for-1 trade-off, but Power Shot just isn't enough to give complexity that 1-up.
This Undying with 1,000 life points and more decay, chasing Fada down. And I think the bounty rune at top will be claimed complexity as well, unless Fada goes for it. No, he won't.
Punch him. Punch him, Z-Freak. Just get in there with the hits. So what's that? Bounty rune for Wind Ranger and bounty rune for Gyro. That's a good start.
For Swindle's death, that's worth it to get.
Oh, here we go. Complexity off to a pretty good start. Even though Liquid did get a couple of kills, Mind Control is still sitting at level 1 and it's nowhere near his soul ring. So what did we actually see there? So the Razor and the Darkseer both got a kill apiece. And Fata should be able to get into a little bit of a faster bottle there. And experience-wise, it's about even as the Courier Snipe. Vlad's going for it, but he's missed out. Oh, he's behind the tower, even with the boots. Is he going to die? He's dead. The tower's going to kill him.
Yep. It's not a big deal. These things really don't matter. Again, 120 gold to the all the teams on Radiant.
Oh, down a bot. Matu. He's on this Ember Spirit. He's got the help of Jirax here with the Tusk, but Undying plus Slardar dual lane. Decay, Crush, and Sprint. This is not going to be an easy life for this Ember Spirit.
No, I imagine he's going to have a really rough set. It's already the matchup is hard because you're going against Slardar, who can potentially bash in the lane if he does opt to go for that. And your babysitter is a Tuskar, which means at the very least he might guarantee your safety at some point, but you could be exposed, and most importantly, you're not going to harass with a Tusk against dying. Kuroki doing a nice counter ward here. Cold running, this would be a really good sign for their safe lane on the side of Liquid.
How's Mind Control doing? He's about to hit level 3. Vlad, though, on this roll, back down to bot. They've caught Z-Freak with the shards, and Swindle's trying to punch Matuma Man back, and this Undying. With Tombstone level 1, 2 stick charges and a salve, it looks like he should be okay to walk himself out of this, unless the chains and the Flame Guard can do enough damage, but nah. Matuma Man cannot chase that into the trees. So Complexity hold back the aggression for a little while towards mid. Chessie's linked up with a regen rune, filling his bottle. Fata getting caught out a little bit there, and Vlad's Rubik, yeah, he's pretty good against the Darkseer with telekinesis after the surge. They have to have Gyro in position though with, phase boots or something like that to get the kill. But his rotations towards mid, can you kill this Razor with the Complexity lineup they have?
No, probably not. Not with the Wind Ranger, because even if you do like half the Razor damage, it's just gonna link one of the heroes in one way. You won't be able to finish him off with the rest.
Edged out.
Well, pretty static so far as Mind Control is pressing forward into this Rubik, just making him think twice about playing aggressively. But Ziz, full free farm. pretty much up here. 14-1, even against the Darkseer, so doing pretty well in that kind of laning matchup. Slardar and Undying, look at this. Sweeping through the Radiant jungle, looking for maybe KuroKy, try and find that pull-through, which Jirax has set up for them. But Rubik, here we go. This is what we're looking for. The wraparound, the movement back up the top. There's Surge. Mind Control has used Surge already. It's a level 1 Rubik, but still with the telekinesis and Rocket Barrage level 3. Mind Control is screwed.
Yep, very simple kill. And
Matu
a bottom
dies
too.
a bot. Yeah, just caught the tail end of that one. Looks like with a couple of decay stacks up on Swindle's Crush. Level 2 Crush enough to take down Ember Spirit, even with KuroKy here. I mean, Jirax is sitting behind mid, making sure that Fata doesn't drop. But that means that they've weakened their bot lane quite significantly.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly a predictable scenario, and mid lane, Chessie's getting...
They're going to be able to bring him down with a shackle shot there. Wind run available. Plasma field not quite enough to finish him off. Jirax is diving for this, but with the bottle charges up from Chessie, one more punch and he's out of regen. He's out of everything, but he walks
Chessie
back into Jirax, who went for the aggressive move around the trees. And Chessie thought, he's gone. He's just gonna run back to base. He'll run to bottom rune. I'll get a sneaky little power shot in. But just not his day.
Yeah. Like, if he ran straight back, he would have made it, because Jirax was already getting fogged. Chessie already made a good move with the nice shackle. But now Jirax gets to suicide himself after spending all this gold, and it's gonna appear in any lane he chooses. That's a really nice change for Liquid. But the bottom kill, predicted to happen the way it did. I mean, two laners that are superior to both the heroes on the side of Liquid in the early game. The Ember Spirit as well as the Wind Wyvern, assuming that the Tusk isn't there. And, you know, Undying is a hero that might fall off later. But in the early game, Undying absolutely melts Ember. Goes through so much damage because he deals strength and then just damage a hit.
Oh, Vlad stacking up a few little jungle camps here for his team. I guess there's a bunch of them that can clear through those. The Wind Ranger or the Gyrocopter can just go and flash farm through the jungle. Ziz is pretty happy up here. With his flat cannon killing off these Iron Shell creeps. He's got Rocket Barrage to force back Mind Control. And now looking for another surge. Oh, he's used it already. It looks like he might just get away from this though.
No, no, they're just gonna run him down.
Rocket Barrage, there's the tree cut. You're right. Even with the stick charges. Ziz will find the kill on him.
Gyrocopter's probably best, if not the best, safe laner against Darkseer. The other one being Doom, and of course it's like maybe not strictly, but in 2v1 scenarios, Gyro's one of the hero that like always applies a kill potential on the Darkseer. Really scary lane for him.
Yeah, it's kind of the same with Spellbreaker. You walk past your own creep wave, your last hit, but it's just that creating of a barrier. The threat of the Rocket Barrage is often enough. Vlad lifts up Jirax. The Ice Shards will be on the mark here as Mind Control walks in with a level 3 Iron Shell. Rocket Barrage is going to do a ton of damage to Mind Control, but the snowball forward. Jirax, are you really going to go for this? Double Iron Shell's up, but Ziz turns back to hit. Not going to get the final click in there onto Jirax. Oh, he does! Still go down. Oh, with a tombstone there. Jirax is surviving. The zombie. The zombie gets punched out. Mind Control takes the tombstone out and turns back to play.
Oh my goodness.
Plasma field is there from Fata. And Complexity just drop heroes left and right.
Yeah, and Liquid are doing it there. I mean, that was a really cool call. I think Jirax kind of put life at one point. He noticed that the Darkseer wasn't with him right at the moment on the Gyrocopter. Then Gyro missed that last hit because he got stuck. I didn't even know that was possible to get stuck like that, but he did. And his teammates that were trying to save his buddy paid for it.
And now Gyro has bought himself a smoke. Phase boot smoke, TP's to the tier 2 down at bottom lane. He doesn't smoke up the Undyings though. But they're definitely going to go for an aggressive play onto Matumba Man here. He's low on mana, his bottle's in the stash, he's got a TP scroll, and he cannot remnant.
Oh,
he definitely cannot remnant now.
Mana.
He just used Flame Guard and in comes Ziz. Cooldown's up, level 7 Gyro, and Matumba Man's dropped pretty simply.
I mean, he did have a mango. I thought that at the very last moment he did use the mango, but his remnant was already it was placed before walking up to the creep wave like that, so he didn't have a safety remnant. He ended up dying regardless. So not only does he die, he loses the mango, he can't finish his magic stick, and that means his inventory is going to be even more choked out. Vada doing some harassment to two heroes.
Hey, he forced Chessie all the way back behind that tier 1 tower, so this Razor making great strides at the middle lane. This has to be one of Fata's better heroes this patch, I feel.
Oh, it's always through every patch. Plays this hero every patch, man.
The lesson.
He loves that.
Razor and Viper. This is amongst the Western players. Fada's like the only one that plays these distantly.
And they're chasing Ziz pretty heavily here. They've killed off Swindles already, but in comes the Shackle Shot. Matsu trapped, and with the wall drop, Ziz with Z-Freak, they're dropping low and will get taken out by Mind Control. But will they? Oh, they will. With the Ice Shard, Jirax comes in. But
Nice
Chessie
snipe.
gets the snipe with the power shot. So what's that? A 2 for 2? I guess that was a 3 for 2 because Slardar died previously.
Yeah, definitely a favorable for Liquid. But something that coL needed as well. The Windrunner was significantly behind, I would say, because by 8 minutes you really wanted your phase boots. That battle engagement finished up the phase boots, and she has more money that she can work towards her Aghanims if she wants to do so. In this kind of game, it's critical that she net worth, because if the Razor gets ahead at any point, both heroes are kind of like lane dependent. And I mean, of course, Razor can farm woods better than the Windrunner. It's not something you prefer over the lane. So it's the net worth and CS counters.
Oh, here we go. The Surge Remnants. Matu sprinting ahead, doesn't find the kill on Swindles, and Ziz is here again creating that barrier, but Jirax fully committing, but the Shackle Shot not latching, they'll still find the kill. And Matsumba Man in a little bit of trouble. Slardar dies to the Winter Wyvern Splinter Blast, but Matu, Remnants back. I'm not sure he can fully survive this though. It looks like Chessie doesn't want to commit for another Shackle Shot or anything like that. And we'll be able to get him away. So 1 for 1, Slardar for the Tusk. Not a bad exchange. But when you look at Fata, the fact he's got a DD rune, he's basically taken down this tier 1 in middle lane, and Complexity are forced to react, but it's already dead. And now Z-Freak is just going to get shredded here. Shackle Shot will keep Fata locked in place so the Undying can escape. Can they kill off this Razor though? He focuses down the Tombstone. Chessie does not have Focus Fire here at level 8. And he doesn't have that sort of burst damage output. And they'll get the crush down onto Fata. We'll bring him down. With the snowball from Jirax jumping onto Z-Freak.
No.
He's still dropping with that Shackle Shot, keeping him held in place. And the stolen snowball from Vlad on the Rubik.
Yeah. The Tusk kind of died needlessly. Gave a lot of EXP because he is level 6. Gold he gave wasn't too bad. If anything, Fada dying there is a big... He already secured the tower. Kind of got greedy for the Undying kill because Undying was porting it. But Undying didn't even... was actually going to survive no matter what. And, yeah, Fada, he got greedy for price, and now the result, he has more items. Aghanim Scepter.
Oh wow, yeah, the point booster's up now.
He's the most farmed hero on the map now. Partly because of these rotations and these kills that he's getting.
They're controlling runes very well, I've got to say. Complexity. They've been getting rune after rune for Chessie, just constantly refilling that bottle. But Ziz on the gyro, he had that initial phase where he was completely free farming. But for the past, what, 3 or 4 minutes, he's been focusing pretty heavily on that bottom lane.
Yeah.
Focusing a lot on shutting down Matsu rather than giving himself his own farm. And is this because the gyro can rely on pretty much flash farming jungle?
No, they're just doing it because Gyro's one of the heroes that can't... He's actually about to die. He's gonna go down here. He's kind of obviously hurt him a ton. You know, when you make those off-lane rotations with Gyrocopter, it's kind of like the Ember Spirit that's been snowballing the safe lane. And hold that thought, Vlad is dead too.
The snowball delaying the inevitable. There are no TPs to save him. They just try and slow down
the shield.
the death that he gives up.
Delays the inevitable yet again, but yeah, like these rotations from Gyrocopter, previous patch with Gyrocopter, you could just do this because you normally win the safe lane. You're a carry hero that at level 6 or 7, there's like no other hero in the best you, simply because of Fall Down and Rocket Barrage. The move itself was good, but the fact that he's dying and not getting the kill, now that he has 3 deaths on his back as well, I don't see him farming or anything like that this game. I think he's going to constantly try to play aggressive with his team and let the Slardar and the Windrunner take over.
Now Liquid, they know that Chessie's around. Even with that illusion running about, Jirax has seen him coming, observed ward, spotted the movement across. So Fata, he moves himself away. Make sure that he's not under too much pressure here, because it's a 5-man rotation. From Complexity onto this tier 1 at the bot. They're gonna hunt in the trees, try and look for someone, but there's no one here. The question is...
It's still a good move though, because they not only got the tower earlier with which is a really big deal, because earlier when Fada took the tower he had to pay the price with his life, but of course Chessie basically got it for free with the side of Complexity. But also, like, you don't see all of Liquid's heroes on the map either. And Liquid's push is not that great when it comes to hitting towers. Like, all these heroes can push the waves and stuff like that, but they're not scary enough to tower on their own without vision. And Complexity being together, they have Roche potential with this lineup as well.
Looks like that's what they're going to be aiming for here. Observer ward, I think Jirax scouted that one out, and Swindle's again trapped on the wrong side of the ice shards with the rest of Liquid walking themselves across. Fata is invis here, and if you get a good old Plasma Field static link onto someone, he's not using it just yet, waiting for the perfect timing. Ziz, Call down and Tombstone are both there with the Winter's Curse back onto Swindles. This Ziz Gyrocopter's pummeling into Swindles, but KaRoki has to heal himself up and drops to the Rocket Barrage. 2 down. Only 1 in exchange, and they've got to surge the Razor back a little bit. Swindles drops into the wall. This is stop Complexity taking Roshan though. But Liquid, with the positioning they had, it felt like they could get a much better opening. But Matu had to Remnant up onto the high ground. Fata couldn't get into position to actually fight. And now he's telekinesis into the shackle shot from Chessie back onto Mind Control. And Matsuma, man, he's trying to make the best of this, trying to get any kind of kill on someone. Remnant aggressively forward, but Chessie survives through it all. And Complexity. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah. Obviously, I want to give credit to Chessie there for the beautiful tackle, but that was a really well-executed team. Even though they got scouted out with this immediately planned board at nighttime, and as you said, the positioning seemed to favor Liquid because they isolated the slot. With that high ground Tombstone, possible to engage further without dealing with it. I think that Tombstone really exploited positioning on the high ground. Z-Freak with a nice recognition situation at hand.
And you could tell that Fata didn't know exactly where to go with it, as Jirax is getting taken out here. The cooldown will not land on him though, and with Mind Control heading over, Ziz is pretty low on the old HP, chains to hold him in, and the TP is cancelled out by the snowball.
So that was a very greedy move by him. He had the word and he saw that the heroes were backing, so he figured he was strong enough, but there was no way you can farm this without any sort of rebuttal coming out of the Radiant side. So unfortunately they lose that, but if they do get the Roche for free, which I think they will, pretty much just stay space.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the positioning right now of the Complexity supports. Rubik up at top with Flame Guard is hard pushing top lane, kind of saying, hey, look at me, I'm over here. Undying was doing exactly the same thing at the mid. And okay, Chessie, that's a shackle. I'll take down Jirax. Swindles. He's going to sprint himself back as Matu has a defensive remnant he can jump to. But if there's a shackle shot that latches onto him, can't exactly go and do that.
Bottom tower is under attack.
You know, I thought they shouldn't have done that, chasing the high ground again. Last time they did that, Swindles died for it. But this was okay because the shackle lasted way longer than I thought, and of course the follow-ups with 0.5 second stun. There was going to be a snowball and a huge turnaround, but they bursted the Tusk before he was able to snowball. That was a pretty good engagement there. After the Roshan came free, Slaughter's almost got his Blink Dagger now, and Complexity seems getting back on track.
Yeah, and this is where you really start to see the power spike with that amplified damage, Blink Initiation, the Wind Ranger. What are we actually looking at for the Wind? Oh goodness, oh goodness, the hotkeys are broken. Valve, please. No. No, no, no! What's the hotkey for all vision? Oh dear.
F3, F1. F1 is all vision.
Yeah, F1's not working. I'm in trouble here. I'm gonna have to go into options. Okay, shout at me if someone's about to die.
Sure thing.
Because I have no idea why that's not working.
Both teams are trying to take the game, so I think they recognize that they both want to get this item up. At the very least, there's Roshan field, and they don't really want to deal with that and the potential turnaround with the Slaughter. So people were just pushing out lanes, being as safe as they could.
Okay, we fixed it. We're good now. We're good. So yeah, Aghanims is done for Chessie. He's got that all finished up, and 16.5 minutes in, pretty damn good. But it's always the question of where do you go next, because the magic damage and the stuns from Liquid are pretty good, but if you get a Blink Ags onto an Ember Spirit at this stage in the game, you reach that 20-minute point, you can just go look at hunting for solo kills on him. Blink Crush Amp, Blink Focus Fire, and down he goes. Yep. You don't necessarily need damage.
Yeah, I imagine Blink is... There's
and
a
now
little
it's manning
fight
up against
Fata needs to be careful, I think.
Static Link will slow down that damage, but with Z-Freak forcing back KaRoki and Jirax, the Tombstone has been dropped. And KaRoki will just TP himself away. The rest of the team, Vlad and Ziz on the way in. Swindles was pressuring tier 1 at top. They're still hunting here though. And with Mind Control, maybe going to get shackled up to trees somewhere. No, he's keeping this line pretty tight. Chessie doesn't have the angle, but Jirax dodges with a snowball back into the punch onto Chessie, who still has Aegis. Surge back, so Tusk can't escape.
That Focus Fire Amp combo, probably one of the best dual combos. Sure.
Swindle still wants in. We've got a Snowball stolen by Rubik. Another form of initiation for them. This could be pretty potent if they can catch someone off guard, because right now it's 5v5 mid lane around this tier 2. There's no one on side lanes.
Not all.
He swindles. What are we going to be doing now? Time to go back and farm. So Matu, his boot to travel bottle, he can move around the map a little bit easier. But no Ring of Aquila, no drums just yet. Maybe finish off the drums, get yourself a nicer mana pool. The movement speed is pretty good as well.
Oh, they're going to go for this kill, I think.
Yeah, looks like it. Remnant jumps forward and they've got the chain snowball here and looks like they've got it. Ziz will throw the call down, maybe catch Jirax on the back end, but with a vacuum securing the kill on Gyro. Jirax will survive. Mind control, and he's got his mech up in 5 with the arcanes and enough money for a blink dagger, if he wants it. Which I'm guessing he wants it.
Yep, looks like us.
This is going to give them a ton of counter initiation. So if the Slardar jumps in, if the Wind Ranger does initiate, they've got Blink Wall, Blink Vacuum, and then they can turn things back around with Winter's Curse. It's like the biggest combo that everyone was talking about, you know, at the start of this patch or at the end of the other one. The Vacuum Winter's, the Vacuum Winter's Curse combination. Just able to trap anyone in. It has been nerfed a little bit though, but still pretty potent combination. And if Complexity play for the next 10 minutes as they have been playing now, you know, grouping up and converging onto one target, that combination could absolutely ruin them. We're definitely going to keep our eyes out for that. Chessie is on the hunt though. He spotted out Fata. At the middle lane, he's got Yasha and Adi trades up, and Chessie with that shackle onto Fata. Focus Fire's going to be there. Razor dropping low, and even with the static link now, it's just not going to be enough. You're going to get plinked away at, and a hail of arrows from that Wind Ranger on Chessie. And now they group up again, so the 5-man push comes towards mid, and they're just going to find pickoff after pickoff if they can. So they can smell blood. They know Jirax is somewhere near.
Yeah, very nice kill on Fata there. Allows him to. We still have the combo coming out of Liquid, still available, and Swindle looks like he wants to do something. No, amping him up for vision for the time being. And of course that'll ease up their aggression on the tower because they have the vision.
The tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, here we go. Fata's 17 seconds. I don't think Liquid can really go in and fight this. Matu split pushing away. He's actually TPing back to try and get in on this. The Arcane's up. They've got triple Iron Shell on a surge here. Mind control ready with a blink back. But the spread from Complexity is just so good. Heroes up on the high ground. There's no way that you get more than a 2-man vacuum into Curse there. Just great positioning and presence of mind from Complexity, who, honestly, they're leading in this game. Take a look at the net worth graphs. It's not shown in the metrics. Liquid are ahead in terms of experience and net worth, but they're dropping back down to 0. It's just the fact that Complexity have these pretty key items up.
Oh, and Nico, this is a really nice smoke. I think Chessie might have recognized because heroes went missing. Yeah, you know, he will be safe. But I thought they might have caught him if they ran faster. Oh, they might still catch him.
They're gonna get. Oh, he blinks away. He sees Kuroki, and there's no Winter's Curse to start things off just there. And Ziz, realizing the peril he's in, will run himself back as well. So Liquid on the back foot, trying to switch things up and go aggressively into the enemy jungle. They've got a good ward placement down, so at the very least they can say they accomplished that. They don't find any kills, and Complexity were spending the time pretty wisely, farming down on bottom lane, getting into a 4-staff for the Slardar maybe. Saved up 1200 gold. It could equally be like a BKB, something along those lines. I don't have a medallion or anything, but I guess with amp damage you don't necessarily need it. Undying, on the other hand, Mech Arcanes is pretty much done. So once you have that up and running, you've got Sustain galore, you've got Minus Armor, Tombstone, big old teamfight ultimates that Liquid maybe don't have a way to deal with.
Well, at the end of the day, they still have the Darkseer as the Darkseer Wyvern, and of course now the Ember Spirit if he gets the Battle Fury. But coL's 5-man potential is extremely powerful. Always something that they're gonna have to watch out, especially with heroes not susceptible to ganks. Now he's like not too far out. Wave is pushed into the tower. Razor generally.
Oh, but come on, man. Oh god, that was very close. He needed a third of a second, I don't know, a tenth of a second, a little bit quicker on the fingers to Remnant back. Because that timing with the crush into shackle shot, even though it didn't latch to anything, Chessie was there, perfect timing, and amp into focus fire. Just way too much damage for Matu to actually handle. And it looks like he's rushing into the Battle Fury as quickly as he possibly can. That Perseverance up, they need something to defend the high
they
ground.
see mind control.
They do indeed, and they're going to start charging him down. But he blinks himself back and swindles. Goes for the blink crush, but not going to be just there. Now 2 heroes down at bot defending Fata, trying to pressure down on tier 2. Complexity, they don't seem in any rush though.
Especially with the fact that they don't have vision on the supports as well as the Darkseer now. I think they're just going to go elsewhere, try to maybe pressure top, it looks like. Z-Freak's just playing behind the tower ward, so they can set up for that pressure.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually scouted out all these ports top now and they saw it. So, I imagine they're going to back.
I don't know, man. Look at Swindles and Ziz. Their positioning is very forward, and with that chain slight, Ziz is caught. He can't, or he can call down. He can rocket barrage as well. He's actually surviving through this pretty decently with the stick charges. But yeah, they saw that coming, and
well, this might be a turnaround.
Gonna find the better of them in the initial stages of this engagement. As Chessie, Shackle not gonna latch, but he will get the focus fire into Kuro. Turned back with that Winter's Curse though, and with the wall down, I'll be able to deter Z-Freak a little bit from engaging further. Chessie though is focused with a snowball forward, and Fatus Link is broken. And Swindles will rejoin. With that 2-man crush, Chessie focus fire again. Oh, Jirex is dead, but Matu is back with a chain slight, holding in Chessie, and I'll bring him down. Aegis is gone, Splitter Blast is there, and they've got good ways of slowing and chasing. Fata just continues pummeling, going, fighting, and destroys Vlad, and now looks for Z-Freak. Have they got away? Yes, they do. Matu, again, slight chain, starts things off, and this Ember Spirit is their initiator. They're using Matsuma Man to catch out all these heroes.
Yeah. Of course, the slight chains combo coming out every 6 to 8 seconds. Very, very good at catching. Especially heroes like Windrunner who really want to get away with that Windrun timing. They're locked into play. Now he's just coming back in with the filling people's bottles or try to go, but still a huge win for them. Mind control being key at the middle lane here, just vacuuming up those and letting them know. And they might go for this.
It always makes me smile when I catch little things like that. It's just like, I'm going to vac you because, you know what? We're going to come back in and take down Ziz with the cooldown there. It slows down mind control. A bash here for Swindles is all he needs, but cooldown will be enough damage with a couple of right clicks. Fata. Okay, he has got a shit ton of damage. 161 stolen with a static link, and that was enough apparently to kill off Swindles, but
yeah, Swindle also amped Fata. And amp triggers the unstable current, so he actually died to the unstable current.
Oh, Chessie now. What's he heading at? It looks like a BKB, honestly. Aghanim's blink BKB.
Yeah, I think it's something that he... One of those games where like, if he gets it, hinder his game, where I'm not sure if he's able to be relevant after the item. We'll have to see. So many AoEs and so many magical sources of damage coming out of Liquid that he absolutely needs. Wow, Slaughter's amp forever.
But it's like the nature of the cooldowns from Liquid here. The plasma field, 14 seconds. They've got slight chains, like you said, every 6 to 8. Then there's the vacuum. Okay, it's 28 seconds cooldown. But Tusk, he's got relatively short cooldowns on his abilities.
Exactly. Very
You use
disruptive.
BKB for the first wave of abilities, and then the next wave comes, and Liquid suddenly have all of their spells back up.
That, again, that's the problem. It's like when you go for this BKB, they have to... This BKB, it's not game for them this game. It's just not enough. There's too many good ultimates and too many spells to deal with. Complexity need this wipe multiple fights, so it helps Chet transition into the... I'm not sure if he's gonna get a chance for that. As Swindle here, he might get...
You're right, he's been spotted, slowed, backed back, and with the Remnant forward, Matu's playing so aggressively. Shackle shot though, will latch him back onto mind control. Winter's Curse will slow things down a little bit. Matsuma Man finally drops. With the help of Gyrocopter coming in, and Ziz is going to clear up beast mode. Chasing now for more. He's got a triple, wants the ultra, and with Chessie actually running forward, sprinting with a wind run. Not fast enough to get the Surge Darks here. And Jirax ditches his team to go and split push down the bottom lane, but there we go. Good old fight, and guess what? Roshan's back up.
Oh, that's yeah, really good timing for Complexity here. Really big Roche, because 5 minutes, that means they're going to be the aggressors. You know what happened to Jirax in that fight though? I imagine like ball from the back line, Gyrocopter wouldn't did.
Oh, I didn't see him.
I don't know, like it just I thought that was a 5-man smoke. As soon as the fight's over, he is already halfway to the bottom tower. I was wondering like if there was miscoordination, or they really needed Tusk for that fight. If they had Tusk, he could snowball the targets that were shackled. He could have snowballed the people that were getting gone on at the back lines, and he would have changed the course of the fight because he would have repositioned the fight away from the gyrocopter and on top of the windrunner.
And he was just like, well, I'm out of here. I'm done for. That's the team. You can deal with it as you will.
Seemed like a fight that they gave up too early or something. I don't know. Regardless, coL still get a huge off of that. And Chessie claiming his position as the net worth again. He only 300 off. Of course, the guarantee the next 5 minutes respawn in the.
It's been massively back and forth between these two teams, you know. Liquid, they're losing team fights, and Complexity are getting these kind of big swings of the team fights when they get triple kills, ultra kills. But it always feels like Liquid are out farming and out maneuvering in other ways. The Matumman Ember Spirit, very good at split pushing. Razor has been hardcore pushing down side lanes. And once they get these big tier 3, tier 4 items like the AC is nearly done for Razor. Ember Spirit has Battle Fury, right? In 300 gold. So Liquid, they're not down in the dumps. Even though they're, what, 3,000 experience behind, 1,500 net worth behind. It's not a massive lead. Complexity are always the ones trying to catch up, just because they're being out-farmed.
Yeah, again, it's the nature of the heroes. The longer this game goes, the more in favor it will be. But as it stands, with heroes like Windrunner and Slaughter, at the end of the day, 16 minutes down the road, all you need is that one kill, one pick off, one initiation. And they've been getting them so far, so I have no doubts that they can find it in the future.
And now KuroKy curses up the gyro to escape. They've got no ways of stunning him as the TP's out. Now Chessie is spotted by the sentry here. And the slight chains is not there, but Matumban has got enough time to just walk up and chains them anyway. The BKB, is that the 10-second BKB? Yep. Used to escape.
Hurts. Yep. I think it was a good move, honestly. I think he should have done that as well. Too many people are like very reluctant on using their BK charges to get out. But if he gets caught here now, even after the BK, this is a real problem.
He tries to take down Jirax, but he'll get the kill, I guess. At some point. No, the Greaves are there. Onto Jirax from mind control. And Chessie, you're going to have to try and blink out, but the timing's perfect with the ice shards and the wall drop. Chessie and Vlad, they're dead to right. They've got this glimmer cape on Chessie, but he's gone. He's done for. The rest of the team is up at top lane. The three of them trying to chase KuroKy. They get the cross with Swindles over onto the Winter Wyvern. And it looks like cold Embrace will only delay the inevitable. But what do they gain after this kill? They've killed one Winter Wyvern, while Liquid, they're knocking on the door of the tier 2, and they're actually going to take it.
And of course, if there's heroes showing at the top lane, pushing into tier 2, Liquid will pressure the tier 3, force them back to base. This is a win-win scenario for Liquid. As it stands, until
the TP comes in, and honestly, dealing with this Ember Spirit has been very, very difficult. He's 3, 6, and 15. He has 15 assists on this Ember Spirit. He has been amazing. Like, he's found farm, but he's been this team-fighting brawler initiator that you just don't expect. He has done everything that's needed of him, and I think Matumman has had a stellar game so far.
Yeah,
you know,
despite the deaths and despite the early game, I agree. He's basically their only catch in initiating the fight and the chain, then gauging the situation. How many heroes show up from the fog, how many heroes are going to come counter-initiate, allowing the Wyvern and the Darkseer to... Essentially, he's playing this like assassin or type of hero that you would play with like a Wisp Tiny combo. Split push as well, because Ember Spirit just has that ability to kill with the Sleight of Battle Fury. Been working out quite well. You know, I doubted it in the... I think they did suffer. Nearly not nearly to the extent I imagined they would. Did survive the laning phase, and this...
And once again, Complexity, they want to try and close that gap. The farming
they might
Liquid
find
lineup.
KuroKy, but...
They've managed to make KuroKy. He goes the right way, Swindles goes the wrong way. And maybe Chessie can blink forward and find a shackle shot, but no, it's still on cold, and KuroKy lifted up with the telekinesis. And a cold embrace will keep him alive for now. Radiant Courier gets dropped there as it flies overhead. KuroKy is dead. And Ziz still has cooldown BKB, and I don't think this is a fight that you really want to walk into here.
This is fine. Again, it's a smoke that's utilized with no Roshan, and of course, all the lanes being... Literally every lane coming from the Radiant side is pushed Dire, like past the Dire River. Base side. And look at mind control too. Starting the creep wave now, and if he doesn't die for this is a really good... Oh, they're stuck again, man. They have to wait for the next Rosh, or they have to wait for another big pick. Wyvern is just not enough at this.
Yeah, well, complexity. It's going to come down to that one big brawl, the one big team fight. But if Chessie gets picked here, it really does dampen your chances. Blink is cancelled, but they've got no jump. Jirax, even with his Blink Dagger, wasn't in position to get in with a snowball. The rest of the team still farming away. Matsuman, he's gone from having Battle Fury now to having 1500 gold. It's not an amazing time for the Battle Fury, 30-ish minutes or so, but this is where he starts scaling out of control. And you look at Mind Control, Shiver's Guard, Greaves, Blink Dagger. The world is his oyster. Just looking at Kuroki though, Solar Crest. We've seen him do this a couple of times, go past the Force Staff, the Glimmer Cape, and into the Solar Crest. What's the main reason behind that?
I think this game he just wants to buff up his carries or deal with the gyrocopter. Solar Crest just that item that you remove the ability for a hero to get hit, take hits. Sometimes it just fight. Against Windrunner and Gyrocopter, two heroes who are super reliant on their right click until the MKB comes in, or like must hit their right click. Solar Crest just completely ruins them, especially again like with Flat Cannon. If you get Solar Crest and you miss your first two flags, that's like 300 damage worth of burst that you're missing in the fight. And that's like giving the enemy team a match. That's a really big deal.
It's kind of funny when you think about it that way, yeah. missing Flat Cannon attacks is basically healing for the enemy team.
Yeah, and of course Focus Fire is just the same. Like, the more Focus Fire hits you miss, Windrunner is a very time-based hero, right? You go in, you shackle, and you want. And one of the reasons why Slaughter lets you do that so well is because you don't need the damage item, minus 20 armor. You can definitely see the effects as it progresses if you don't have that item. And this is just one of the cases where he actually does 9-3. His score is amazing. He seemed to have played really well throughout the entire game. But it's a hero at the end of the day, somewhat limited to his. He can't farm the woods that fast, and he has to go for these ganks. Ganks don't connect. This is the result.
Oh, they do have a good bit of vision over here onto Jirax, so the Blink Shackle will catch on for the Tusks. And Swindles was ready, waiting in the wings.
Gank connects, yeah. Nice and simple there. They're still waiting for Roche, I guess is their next big thing, but they should know the timer's not ready yet. It's still before 8 minutes, so I think they have no reason to go around the pit.
So now Swindles went for the BKB and into AC on this Slardar. That AC is going to be pretty important against this Razor, who honestly has kind of been forgotten. Fata has gone 8-4-4. He got killed off a lot in the initial stages. As Swindles goes up to Kuroki here, they'll take him down and back over to the side of Mind Control. He's trying to battle it out with Z-Freak's Undying. Fata will bodyguard, secure, and allow the Darkseer to escape, as Man also looks like he might just be able to get away. And that Searing Chains was gorgeous, honestly. Cancels the crush. Make sure he's perfectly fine.
That was good. That was really... Might have died just because it had Force Staff and just lifted him up right after. Here's the re-engagement.
Well, the BKB from Swindles is there. Mind Control back has been wasted. Wall is not there either, and the double BKB is out from Complexities he just walks up to the tier 3 and says, thanks, I'll get a bit of chip damage down onto this one. But with their 2 BKBs down, Chessie is the only one with it back up, and Darkseer buying back is the big thing there. They won't commit, and like you were saying a couple of minutes ago, man, look at bot lane, look at top lane. They have to come back and deal with a split push.
Yeah. Again, as the game progresses, this is definitely going to favor Liquid's lineup because they just have more options to play with. But Gyrocopter and Windrunner are getting to that. They might be too much to handle. How the fight, the angle of initiation in that next fight, they might just be able to overrun whatever Liquid throws at them. And we can certainly see that Complexity are not lacking damage. Just the presence around the map, being able to split push out the lane, and the ability to just move around the map really. Like, their heroes are not that mobile. Whereas Liquid's heroes, you got Surge on Darkseer, you got Tuskar Shards just pushing everything in, multiple blinks, Sleight of Fist, Ember, many tools.
So with this Razor now having a BKB, I was talking about him kind of being ignored for the past 15 minutes. He's free farmed. Honestly, he's done very well. He's keeping pace with the gyro.
Oh, they're gonna just miss each.
Oh dear. Complexity keep walking south, and now the pickoff is here onto Vlad. It's only a Rubik. And it looks like he might just be able to glimmer force himself over the shard. Jirax is now caught, the vacuum back. Swindle still gets the crush down onto 2, but the Winter's Curse is there with a vacuum. And Father, he's got free reign if he wants it, but the BKB from Gyro, it allows him to walk through it all. The Sleight of Fist is bouncing back and forth. There's just so many illusions and zombies and units everywhere. Complexity lose their 2 supports. Kuroki's getting forced down here, but we're going to go back to Swindles. And Matsuma Man clears him up. Ziz chasing Kuroki, but the Winter Wyvern just goes over the cliff. TP's away to safety. And Team Liquid. Honestly, Roshan's about to spawn. If they can get that, which it doesn't look like they can, it would have been a massive bonus. They'll see it. They will see it with the Dark Seer illusion.
You know, that fight, they should feel really, really happy about that result. That fight could have been way worse for them. Kuroki just decided to Wyvern curse the Gyrocopter instead of the Slaughter, while the Gyro was BKB'd and some other heroes were behind him wailing back. That fight would have been a 5v0 wipe for Liquid, and I'm 100%. The Sleight of Fist coming out of it too. Why Sleight of Fist and Spirit in general is so good against a dying late game is not only because it hits every zombie, but it cleaves off of every zombie. So it's like play PL, like your team's just gonna die to the Sleight. All that thought, there's another fight.
Shackle Shot doesn't latch. Matsuma Man is healed up and they've got the Vac back into Snowball. The BKB from Ziz is just too late. They've just lost their 2 big cores, and with Swindles trapped in the shards,
going in 1 by 1.
They're gonna lose Roshan here.
Yeah.
Chessie has bought back, but he's alone in this. Okay, there, he's not alone anymore. The double buyback to secure Roshan. And this is one of the things, if you don't buy back here to stop this, it means you don't have Aegis, it means that your high ground pushing power for Complexity is gone for the next for the next 10 minutes until Roshan respawns. And with Chessie punched up, vacuum back into another wall, Winter's Curse is there again from Kuroki, and this might just be game. Chessie's going to drop here with his buyback on cooldown. Gyrocopter is somewhere running back to base. But Team Liquid, the game is in their hands.
Yeah, it's over. Well, I shouldn't say of course, but Chessie didn't pop his BKB there, so I think he forfeited his life, basically. He was Wyvern cursed. Target that was cursed. I think he had a used Shackle, and I figured he would BKB, had the win run up, maybe be able to escape somehow, if he's lucky, but regardless, but still cleaning up heroes, especially after the buyback on Chessie. Pushing into the base, and now, no, without the win run, I just don't know if
they suddenly hit this sweet spot where, Fanta gets AC BKB, Mind Control had the Blink Greaves Shiva's Guard, and Matsuma Man has just finished off Daveless. With the Battle Fury cleave, like you were saying off the zombies, they didn't care too much if he had a massive amount of items.
It's so ridiculously powerful. Again, going back to the analogy, if you have a PL on your team, 9 illusions next to your and then there's a 1 Sleight of Fist with a Battle Fury, say goodbye to your team.
Swindles, I'm not sure about this, buddy. Tombstone is there as a deterrent, and it will get taken out, but Fanta, he's running into the thick of things here. He's got his BKB up, Swindles his Glimmer Cape, BKBs himself, but the vacuum back will be perfect onto Ziz, and with Mind Control and Matsu both clearing through those heroes, 5 are dead, and Complexity tap out. Game number 1 here for Liquid against Complexity, and that puts Liquid with 6 wins in the group. They need 1 more win against Complexity here for automatic qualification for the LAN finals. Complexity still playing for a little bit of pride against Liquid. We've seen teams really realize that even getting a win or 2 against 14L against Liquid against teams like this is definitely a feat in its own right. But Complexity had the game for the first 20 minutes. It was just Liquid it was so calm.